The Lakers beat the Warriors again, and this preseason has proved that they are definitely going to be the team to beat this season. Now, who has stood out and who has crashed and burned? Let's talk some preseason winners and losers for our Los Angeles Lakers. You're watching Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, today I want to talk about some winners and losers for the preseason for the Lakers. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you do not miss a single second when it comes to our Los Angeles Lakers. The goal is to have 8,000 subscribers by opening night, October 22nd. We are so close, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can help us reach that goal. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on my Instagram at Hannah Rose Kulik and my Twitter at Hannah_Kulik. But okay, let's talk some Lakers preseason basketball. Now, the Lakers beat the Warriors for the third time the other night. They beat them 126-93. I think it's pretty safe to say that we have the Warriors in number by now. You know, we've played them a lot this preseason. We've beat them every single time. We've beat them handedly every single time. And overall, this preseason has really been impressive for the Lakers. You know, I've really been able to see a lot of different players really step up, and some players that I was hoping to see step up, unfortunately, just never quite did. Now, even though we still do have one more preseason game left, I think there's definitely been enough playing time where I can be able to assess which players have been the preseason winners and losers for the Lakers. So let's get into it, starting with our first winner today. We have Dwight Howard. Now, Dwight Howard has been extremely impressive this preseason, and I'm sure a lot of Laker fans can agree with me. You know, obviously there were a lot of question marks surrounding him when the preseason started. You know, a lot of people were shocked that the Lakers brought him back, myself included, and he definitely had a lot to prove. You know, he needed to prove that he could be a team player and that he could play, that he could be healthy, and just that he had a better attitude. And so far, we have really seen that. You know, Dwight Howard, yes, he started off the preseason a little bit rusty, but that is, of course, to be expected because last season he only played in those 9 games. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So the first couple of games, he was a little rusty, but ever since returning from China, Dwight has looked like the Dwight Howard of the past, back when he was one of the best players. You know, he completely dominated in that first game back against Golden State. He had 12 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He was really doing a lot of everything. It was a very impressive performance. And then he backed it up in the most recent win against the Golden State Warriors with 13 points and 5 rebounds in only 11 minutes. So he's been putting up these numbers, really filling out the stat sheet all over and doing it in limited minutes. So I've been extremely impressed by what I have seen from Dwight Howard as of recently. JaVale McGee has also looked very good this preseason, but I'm putting Dwight Howard as our winner here just because of the fact that there were so many question marks regarding him, and I'm really excited that he is looking really good out there, and he's looking like he could definitely be the X factor for the Lakers this season. Obviously, I think to start this season, again, JaVale is going to be getting that starting center spot, but if Dwight keeps playing at this high of a level as the season continues, then definitely look for him to be in that starting lineup as our starting center. But either way, what this preseason has really proven to me is that the Lakers front court is going to be unstoppable. They definitely have the best front court in the NBA. I honestly don't know which team is going to be able to compete with them in their front court, with JaVale, with Dwight Howard, with Anthony Davis, LeBron. I mean, good luck to any other team, especially the Clippers. That's what I'm really curious to see about on opening night, because obviously Lakers have a huge advantage there. I truly believe that the Lakers have the best front court in the NBA, and I'm curious, do you agree with me? Do you think the Lakers have the best front court in the NBA? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. Now, I also want to remind you guys to please comment. Please let me know if you agree with my opinions or not, because I love to read your comments, and I am also going to be responding to all of the comments. So let me know if you agree with me in this first question, if you think the Lakers have the best front court in the NBA. But let's move on to our first loser here today. Now, our first loser is Alex Caruso. Now, Caruso is our first loser today because I know a lot of fans, and myself included, were very excited to see him play. You know, he's kind of always been this dark horse in the competition, but ever since the Lakers signed him a couple of years ago, he's been on these two-way contracts for the Lakers, but he's always been pretty good for us. And especially last season, he really finished the season strong. He was reportedly in high demand this summer by a lot of teams during free agency, so I think a lot of people were expecting him to come in and really make his mark. A lot of people were even thinking, you know, he could actually be the starting point guard for us. But so far in this preseason, I've been really disappointed. He was okay in the first couple of games, but as of late, especially returning from China, he's just been a complete free fall downward spiral. He's only shot 2 for 20, something around there for his last shots. He hasn't really been able to put up that many assists. He really just hasn't been able to do anything and impact the game in really any way when he's been playing this preseason, which is something that I've been obviously disappointed in, so that's why he is one of our losers. Now, he's also one of our losers today because, you know, for Alex Caruso, a guy who's kind of fighting to be in this rotation, as we know, the Lakers have so many guards, so many point guards, it really is going to be, you know, a battle to see who's fighting for those minutes and getting in the rotation. And Quinn Cook last night made his first appearance for the purple and gold, and he was extremely impressive. He was amazing, honestly. He shot lights out from 3. Also, Troy Daniels in that first game before he got injured played extremely well. So Avery Bradley is looking like he's going to be the starting point guard for the season now. So really, Alex Caruso needed this preseason to really showcase what he could do and say that, you know, last season wasn't a fluke, and he is ready to not only play at a high level, but he's ready to take on enough responsibility to start and play some heavy minutes, and so far he is yet to prove that. So Alex Caruso is our first loser here today. Now, moving on to another winner, we have Avery Bradley. Now, I just think it's funny that I predicted that Avery Bradley would be our starting point guard, and everyone came at me. Everyone said I was crazy. What was I thinking? Avery Bradley's never going to be the starting point guard. He's a shooting guard, first of all. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And now look, not only did he start in that first preseason game, but as we've moved forward in the preseason, it looks like he is going to be that starting point guard for us on our season opener, October 22nd versus the Clippers. So Avery Bradley is looking like he is going to be the starting point guard after all, like I predicted. So that in itself just makes him a winner. But Avery Bradley is also a winner for a couple of other reasons. Obviously, you know, during training camp, he was the big man around town. He was all anyone could talk about. His defense was locked down. You know, no one could get past him. He was just stealing everything. He was looking amazing. And one of the biggest question marks was whether or not he could be a consistent scorer, because that was really going to determine how many minutes he could play, because obviously in that starting lineup, we needed him to be able to kind of knock down some shots and knock down some threes. In the first preseason games, he was a little bit, you know, not scoring the ball as much. He was a little bit rusty on the offensive end, but as of late, he has really picked that up and he's played well. In one of the Lakers' losses in China, Bradley was actually our leading scorer with 14 points. And in our most recent win against the Golden State Warriors, Avery Bradley really put up his best offensive performance. He had 18 points. He was 7 for 9 from the field. So Bradley is looking like not only is he going to be a terrific defender, but he can also score the ball, hopefully consistently. We're still going to have to kind of wait and see how he plays this last preseason game and then starting the season. But Bradley is our winner here today because it looks like he won himself that starting point guard spot after all. So our other winner, Avery Bradley. Now moving on to another loser here today, we have KCP. Now I think a lot of Laker fans can agree with me. KCP is just a loser for us this preseason, and it's very frustrating because I feel like KCP has been a loser for the Lakers ever since we've signed him a couple of years ago. You know, there's so much hype around him when the Lakers first signed him that he's this great lockdown defender, he's a great three-point shooter, and so far, he just has never proved it to me. You know, his defense is okay. He definitely has flashes, but all I've seen is, you know, a streaky shooter, a guy who's extremely hot and extremely cold, but much more likely that he's going to be cold than hot, and we've just seen that kind of carry over for him this preseason. He's shooting less than 40% from the floor, less than 30% from from 3 from the floor this preseason. And with Quinn Cook playing so well and having such an impressive offensive performance the other night, and Troy Daniels shooting the ball extremely well that first game, honestly, where does KCP even fit in? You know, like I said, the Lakers have so many guards. It really is a battle to kind of find some minutes in the rotation, and KCP is proving that he really doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see if he continues to just play so inconsistently, and if he kind of finds himself out of the rotation, if the Lakers end up keeping him this season, or if they end up trading him for another shooter or just another forward or another player in general. Obviously, if they were to trade him, they wouldn't be able to do so until December, because any free agent that the Lakers sign this summer, they're not allowed to trade until December. But I'm still kind of curious to see if he's going to end this season a Los Angeles Laker. I kind of have my doubts, but I'm curious, do you think the Lakers should trade KCP or keep him? If you think trade, type T down below, or if you think K, type K down below. Again, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. If you think the Lakers should trade KCP or keep him, or if you think that they should potentially trade another player, or if you have a player that you would like the Lakers to go after this season, let me know down in the comments below. Again, I'm going to be responding to all of your comments. Now, before we get on to our final two, we have one more loser, and then I want to finish off on a high note with one of our winners. I want to let you guys in on a very exciting promotion that one of our sponsors here at Chat Sports is offering us Laker fans. So if you like to bet on your favorite sports teams, it doesn't even have to be the NBA or the Lakers, it can be NFL, it can be college football, then BetDSI is offering you guys an amazing promotion right now. Now, BetDSI is one of the leading sports book. It's one of Chat Sports' sponsors, and they have an amazing promo deal for you guys right now. So all you have to do is go to chatsports.com/Lakers, enter the promo code Lakers120, and you will get 120% deposit bonus to go play. Bet on your favorite sports team. So I know that's an amazing offer, and I'm so grateful to BetDSI for letting us have an opportunity to win some extra cash this season. So I want to make sure you do not miss out on it. So again, all you do is go to chatsports.com/bet, enter Lakers promo code Lakers120, and you will get 120% deposit bonus. Now let's move on and talk about another loser, because again, I want to finish off on a strong suit, on a high, and talk about a winner. So moving on to our final loser of the preseason, I'm going to say Troy Daniels. Now I know I'm contradicting myself a little bit with putting Troy Daniels as one of our losers, because I've been talking about how he's played so well for us in that first game, and he did. You know, he had 14 points, he made 3 3-pointers, and he really got a lot of people talking. You know, Troy Daniels was a guy who was the first free agent the Lakers actually signed, but it kind of got overshadowed because then, of course, we filled out the roster with a lot of other really talented players. But after that first game, a lot of people were talking about him, and it's unfortunate because then he got injured. He sprained his knee somehow. It was kind of kept under the radar, but he hasn't been able to play for the rest of the preseason, and it's not great for him because after having such a strong game where there was a lot of hype around him, a lot of people were talking about him, then to get injured and miss the rest of the preseason, now it's kind of hard for him to be able to solidify a spot on the rotation, versus if he, you know, was able to play the rest of the preseason and continue to showcase that he can be a consistent scorer and really play well, he would have been able to solidify himself a spot in the rotation. But now, who really knows? Of course, I keep mentioning Quinn Cook's impressive performance, but after that performance, and then, you know, the Lakers have so many other guards, it's unfortunate because Troy Daniels could have really used this preseason to make sure that he got some minutes this regular season. So we're just going to kind of have to keep an eye out for him when he is healthy, if he does get some minutes, and what he does with it, because of course he did have such a strong showcase that first game, but it's just unfortunate for him that he's been injured and has missed the rest of the preseason. So that is why Troy Daniels is our final loser today. But moving on, finishing off with a strong suit, our final winner. I think you guys kind of know where I'm going with this, but our final winner of the Lakers preseason today is LeBron James. Now, I'm also just going to include AD in there. I'm just going to include them as this dynamic duo, a duo that I believe can go down as being the best duo to ever play together in the NBA. You guys, these guys are looking like they are going to be unbelievable this season. You know, LeBron has had a tremendous preseason, especially for playing such limited minutes. In the latest blowout win against the Golden State Warriors, he had 18 points and 11 assists, again in limited minutes. And Anthony Davis, of course, has been extremely impressive as well. We all remember that first game when he just really solidified his spot and said, listen, I'm here, I'm ready to be a star in this league. AD and LeBron together have shown that they have great chemistry. They are ready to lead this team to another championship. They are both extremely hungry to win a title and bring another title to LA. And you guys, I really think it's going to happen. These two players are so special. Anthony Davis is looking like he is going to be MVP this season, Defensive Player of the Year, you name it. He's going to win every award this season. And LeBron, we all know that the king is going to bring it. He's hungry to bring another championship to LA and wants to prove all of the haters wrong who say that he's too old and that he's past his prime. So I, for one, am really excited about what I have seen so far from LeBron and AD. And I think all of us Laker fans can agree these guys are going to have a tremendous season and we are just getting started. So that is going to be it for the biggest winners and losers for the Lakers this preseason. Comment down below if you agree with my winners and my losers, or if you think I misplaced a player or two, or if you have a guy who should have made this list that didn't. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a double thumbs up if you liked it. Of course, don't forget to subscribe here on Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel. And until next time, Laker Han is out. Bye!